Welcome back to map making, everybody. Today we're going to look at, we're going to look at an interface that I've created for selecting your class. Now the problem with most interfaces is that they rely on buttons. Buttons are kind of annoying because usually you can't activate them. Here, I'll show you. Oh, yeah, that's right. Let me show you why buttons are annoying. If you want to run a command on a certain player, and when they press the button, yeah, that works fine. Oh, something's going by. But the problem is when another person comes by and they press it, and because you're closer to, there's the other person, because you're closer to the button than they are, and they press it, it still says your name, or still runs the command on you. And so that creates an issue where you can't really, it's not very good for multiple players. And we need to fix that. So what I've created is this. Now these are different classes that you can play within the game. I'll go into game mode 2 to show it a little bit better. And here you can see, it's a little overwhelming. Let's take it back a step. So first of all, you can select your class. Maybe if I want to be a miner, I press that. If I want to be something's acting up. I still need to bug test this a bit, so okay, it's working, it's just not displaying properly. Okay. So let's say you want to select your class here, and I wanted to add a thing where you level up, so I can show that on a class I haven't leveled up. So let's say I want to be Archer. I'm level 1 Archer right now. First you have to unlock the class, and you can play level 1 Archer, or tier 1, and this is kind of what you get. But if you want to upgrade it, click, it upgrades. It's a little laggy because it has to load in the face, but that's okay. And then you get to see your new items. And this is, you can pick these out, but it clears your inventory here, so you don't have to worry about that. And you can upgrade it again, and it updates the armor stand, and then you can see here. And so there's a whole bunch of classes that I've created. So Farmer is kind of a funny class. You get some lag because it's loading in the skull. But these all are unique in their own way. Some I need to balance more because I've yet to actually play this game with anybody. And so I just wanted to show you this interface system that I've created. And let's get another player. Oh. Had some lag on his account. So let's say you're both right here, and he selects Farmer. He's standing right next to it. He selects it. He can't select it because he's level 0, so he upgrades it. I don't think he has enough money actually. Stealing money. So we're going to test this with another player. He's going to first of all select it. Because he's level 0, he cannot select the class, which, okay, so that's good. And so now let's have him upgrade it. It didn't affect me. He can select it now, and I can't select it. Alright, I can select it, but I think I've got that class selected. Let me select Archer. Because he's that class, it says he selected it. And if I hit tab, you can see what class everybody is. So if I go back to minor, you can see it go up to 12 and 11. And so no matter how many times he clicks this, it won't change your class. Even if you're farther away or you're closer, it still stays the same. So with this, it's nice that it doesn't affect, like you can't select someone else's class. Like if they've already selected your class, they're running through, and you accidentally select it for them. That can't happen now. And also, you can't upgrade another person's class as well. And so that's a very good system for selecting and upgrading classes, because you don't want to spend other people's money and you don't want other people to spend your money. So I hope you learned a little bit, and it's a cool, very cool interface. I really like the way it looks. It was a pain to set up though, that's the only problem. Oh, yeah, you can see it changing because I'm a tier 3 miner and he's a tier 1, and so when he's closer to it, it actually selects him. And that's good for the system, really. So let's have a little bit look at the command blocks, or at least the way I set them up. So first of all, we've got this wonky system. Like, what is this doing? This is just a test for command. This is to prevent lag. I do not want my game to lag. And it's also got these. So this is just a hopper clock. So instead of being updated every 20 times a second, it's updated once every other, like every half second or something. And the furnaces, it's a little trick to decrease lag. So here are there's just different commands for, this is upgrading, I believe. And so you can see here that I'm executing at a player to execute at the same player. That's with the radius of 0. And they have to have a certain tag for it to work. And so that's the reason the system works. And with signs, the way they work as well, one last thing. Oh, that's funny looking. It switches up. Signs, they work relative to the player. They don't work relative to to the sign. So like if it's an @p, it works whoever right clicks the sign rather than at the sign. And that's pretty much the only reason this system works. And so hopefully this doesn't lag a whole bunch, and you guys also enjoyed this episode, learned something new like I said. But I think we're going to leave it here, and we'll look at something next time. See you guys later.